Greetings. I'm Tangelica Cox. I had the pleasure of speaking with Taalik, Ibn'rad, and he has a movement / ministry by the name of the Reality Temple on Earth. And I had the pleasure of speaking with him for several hours today. And I think it's only fair that I do a reaction video to the conversation. And the conversation was on various topics, which was basically centered around African quote-unquote consciousness. And he was a real deep brother, very down to earth, very approachable. He didn't carry himself like a know-it-all. Someone you could talk to and really listen to you. It was such an honor to finally meet somebody over the internet that has an ear to listen, and not only an ear to listen, but will take full action on what they stand for. And I appreciated having that conversation with you, and I do look forward to working with you.
Hi, we're in Vogue, and we're happy to be here in Atlantic City.
Yes. She's Cindy. I'm Terry. That's Rona. That would be so cool. Oh my gosh. Well, we have a new record, our forthcoming record. The title is Electric Cafe. The first single is Deja Vu, which can be streamed on iTunes and Spotify, Pandora.
Yeah. And you can get it at Amazon Music, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
When I was a child, when I was a little boy, I was around many soul sisters, my mother and aunts and sisters, my female cousins or whatever. And I was surrounded mostly by women all the time. This was not to say that there were not men in my life. There were not males around in my life. However, as a little boy, see, how can I explain this? I know as a little boy, I am not to grow up and become an adult woman. I know I am not a woman. I know I am a male. This I know. I know there's a difference between myself and my sisters, my aunts and my mother and whoever, the females. I know I'm not going to be one of them. However, as a little boy, I looked at the men that was around me, and I'm like, I don't want to be them either. Ain't that sad? That is really sad. Don't you think that's sad? I don't want to be them either. The closest to manhood that I ever seen, besides being introduced to Dr. King, was the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I never knew Dr. King and I never knew Elijah Muhammad, but there was something, I was attracted to these men for some reason. And the men, my father and grandfather and uncles and whomever, they were nothing I was not attracted to them. And I said to myself as a little boy, I know I don't want to be like them. I had no example of manhood at all as far as I was concerned, and I was a little boy. During the 1960s, late 50s, perhaps going even into the 1970s, maybe even now, you will have black men, soul brothers, go out into the street, and I know you have seen many of them. They carry a sign. They carry a sign, and the sign says, I am a man. Okay. So you mean to tell me we would not know that you was a man unless you put this sign around your neck telling us, okay, what are you, fella? Oh, I see. I am a man. All right there, guy. Gotcha. It's really bad. It's really bad when it gets to the point that nobody respects you as a man. Nobody don't even know that you're a man unless you put a sign around your neck. I am a man. So clearly you are not a man, or those of whom you're trying to tell you're a man, they don't respect you or see you or view you as a man. That's very sad. You have to remind them or tell somebody, I am a man. Don't you see this sign that I made? I am, yeah, I'm a man. Sure, guy. When I was incarcerated, when I was locked up, I heard a lot of guys in the lockup. They would always tell the people that locked them up, you can't talk to me that way. I am a man. They was like, that's good, fella. Go to sleep. Go to bed like you're a child. Get in line. Go over here and do this. Go over here and do that. Mr. Man. When I was locked up, I never said that. You will find out what you're dealing with. I'm not going to tell you and write a sign on my chest. I am a man. I am a man. You're going to find out what you're dealing with real soon, real quick. Whether I'm going to be able to beat your ass or not, you're going to find out. And they did. I did not have to say it. I'm going to show you what I'm about. Now, many of you will agree that a man, make sure you write that on your chest now, because we may not know what you are. Looking at all these old silly videos, the black women do this, and the black women, what's that little crap they got going on? Men going their own way, some crap like that. How pathetic. Only thing on your mind is getting on some panties. That's all these Negroes want. Some panties. That's the only thing on their mind. Clearly, you're not a man, because a man has to take care of his business. Because see, if you are a man and take care of your business, you don't have to worry about the panties. The panties gonna come to you. You don't have to worry about it. But since you're not a man, you got to get all upset and cry. I need to go to another country and get me some panties. What are you supposed to do as this man? You said that you're supposed to protect. Well, these soul sisters have been in this nation going on 500 years. Please show me how you have protected them. Anybody can come into your community, anybody, and come lay with soul sisters. And you don't do nothing. Mr. I am a man. Anybody can come and get your daughter and your mothers and your female cousins. Anybody can come in your neighborhood and do anything they want to soul sisters. Make prostitutes out of them, strippers and whatever. And matter of fact, you at the strip club with them. Go ahead, baby, here's $1. You there with them. The soul sisters didn't have no protection against other men. Call them whores and bitches on rap records. And you sit back, you buy the records. Well, some women are hoes, some women are bitches. Why? Because you don't protect them as a man. That's why they hoes and bitches. Because they don't have any protection. They don't have a man to stand up and defend them or provide for them. So she has no choice. Strip clubs. She goes, she has more than one boyfriend giving her money or whatever she has to do to survive. Because she don't have a man. And these same men will turn around because I'm a man. I speak truth to power, you claim. And you take your children to see a superhero movie. You're not the hero because you know you're not the hero. You want to give your babies to another man. No man gives their babies to another man. I'm the hero here, son. I'm the hero here, daughter. Batman is not your hero. The Black Panther is not your damn hero. Your hero is right here. I'm the one that go to work. I'm the one that put clothes on your back. Food on the table. I'm the one, if there's any threat, I go get my gun. I go get my baseball bat. I'm the one that's going to provide and defend you. I'm the real hero. You want to watch that? This is entertainment. Has nothing to do with our culture or anything. You can watch that and be entertained. It's fiction. It's fake. I am the real deal. I gave you life. Just like my mother and my father gave me life. And I respect my mother and father, and you gonna respect this one. The real hero. And you gonna know who the real hero is. And you won't be ashamed to say, my daddy is a man. The man. Not these pink things. We used to call the pink fella, here come the man. He's not the man. You are the man. But in that case, you call them as you see them because he called you boy. You're a man. You're supposed to protect and defend. How many of you would tell your wife and children and pick up your AK-47, your AR-15 and tell them, I'm going off to war. I ain't coming back. I love you. And I hope that what I do is not in vain. Some of you men, bunch of drama queens and actors. Kill the cracker. Let's do this about the white man. Kill Whitey, all this stuff. Drama, you ain't not gonna bust a grape. You ain't gonna do nothing. Look on social media, all these YouTube channels by black men. I want a man. Is she trying to say you gay? I said I want a man. A man is not gay. You're dumb. Woo! A man don't play that. A man wants a woman so he can have his children. All these videos talking about the white man is racist and the white folks do this and that. So what? You don't do nothing. This man goes to the army, the navy, and the marines and fight for the pinks in the military. But you won't fight for your own self. What kind of man are you? When you write on your side, I am a man, My question is, what kind of man are you? I'm looking for a man. So as an adult, no longer a child, I'm still looking for a man. There are some brothers that I have known on social media and in person. I thought they were men. It's proven that they were not too much. Because a man can't tolerate this condition that we find ourselves in, the descendants of slaves born in America having dark skin. How could you tolerate this day in and day out? How could you know and have your children inherit this situation? You don't protect, you don't provide. What kind of man are we? Shame. You should be shamed. Such cowards and lazy. Again, a bunch of comfortable slaves. So, I see why you have to write on your chest or put on a sign around your neck. That's why you have to tell somebody, because clearly you are not a man. Your actions don't show that's what you are. So I'm looking, as they say in the Marines, I'm looking for a few good men. Because a few good men can do what the majority of these fakes can do. Man, wow. I'm still looking for, that's a shame. 50 years old and I'm still looking for a man. Still. And just like when I was a child, I don't, where they at? I guess I am just in a ranting mood tonight. I am. Something just keeps grinding my gears. I just got to knock the dirt off my shoulder. Just, woo, it's just sickening to me. This behavior, this attitude. So, on this visit, let ye get busy. Of course, I am your soul brother number 1, angel snub number 7. Now, y'all, talk to me. Please talk to me. If I am incorrect in anything that I say, please correct me. I don't want to make false accusations or bring false allegations or stereotypes. Please check me. But I'm pretty sure I'm on point. Now, with this, I want to start this. I want to make 2 points real quick on this visit. Now, look here. Okay. Clearing the throat. Many of you, and I'm very sure, you and I, we walk through grass. How many of y'all, okay, all of us have done it? You, sir? No, you never walked in grass? Okay, well, let me tell you what happens when we walk in grass. Now, go to any park, go out in a field. You can go out in your yard. Don't have to be your house. It can be your apartment, whatever. Just walk in the grass. What happens when you begin to walk in the grass besides you trampling the weeds of the grass? What happens? You see the grasshopper jumping out of your way. You see the ants trying to get out your way. You see the bugs that can fly. They fly getting out of your way. Right? They're getting out of your way. Let me say that again. They're getting out of your way. As you walk down the street and there's a group of birds on the sidewalk, what do? Do they fly up to you? Could you pet me, sir? No. The birds see you and they let you get a certain, get close to a certain amount of feet. Then they fly away. The birds fly away. As you continue to walk down the street, you see Mr. Squirrel playing around the tree. The squirrel, he or she looks at you. and they can't fly away, but the squirrel runs up the tree, looks down, keep their eye on you to see where you at, and the squirrel climbs up the tree. Why are these animals, why are these insects doing this? Because, because you have the potential to cause them harm. You have the potential to take their life. So as you walk through the grass, the grasshopper is jumping out your way. The ants trying to get out the way. The bugs that can fly, flying all over the place, getting out of your way because they don't want to die, or get hurt. The birds fly away because they don't want to die or get hurt. The squirrel runs up the tree because they don't want to die or get hurt. You are on the plains of Africa and you have antelope, and they're doing just fine until a group of lions show up. When the antelope notice that the lions are showing up, what do? I think it's time for us to leave. Why do the antelope want to leave? The antelope wants to leave because the lion can cause them death, cause them to die, or cause them great harm, right? Now, when it comes to the so-called Negro, the African Americans, the colored people, what's wrong with us? Here you live in a land, you live in a society where you can get lynched, well, used to outright. They lynch you in different ways now. But we were raped, we were burned at the stake, we are discriminated against. What is it? We are poisoned with water. Flint, Michigan, y'all remember? Given syphilis on purpose, the Tuskegee experiment, and many things, a lot of things we don't even know nothing about. But we don't have as much brain as a flea, because as you walk through the grass, the flea and the grasshopper and all the bugs, they try to get out of the way because they don't want to die or cause serious harm. Here you are, we live in a nation, and the so-called Negro is so stupid, you don't have the brains of a flea. You want to continue to stay with a people that have the potential to cause you great harm, and they have, or cause you to die. And you have been dying and have been caused great harm going on 500 years. And unlike the antelope or the squirrel or the birds, you run to them. Instead of getting out of the way, you want to run to them. Whitney Houston had a song. Run to you, I want to run to you. That's you. You know, remember that scene where a man or a woman, or maybe nowadays a man and a man, or maybe a woman and a woman, or maybe I think I was a woman, I think I was a man, I'm a transgender. Anyway, they haven't seen each other in so long or so happy. You ever see that scene in the movie and they run to each other? Or maybe it's me and Terry Ellis and slow motion, we run into each other. Y'all seen that scene? I want to run to you. That's how you are with the Caucasian people of this nation. I want to run to you. And when I run to you. It's so pathetic. That's how we are. It's just as silly as it sounds. These Negroes, I want to run. Marry them. Here's a person that can cause you harm. Danger. We've lost the natural ability to get away from, to sense danger, and to get the hell out the way when danger comes. It's like people who won't get the hell out of the way. You hear the volcano, you hear it rumbling. It's all right. Ain't nothing gonna happen. It's all right. Volcanoes erupt, and when they do, lava comes out. A hurricane is coming. I'm gonna stay right here. It's danger. It can cause you harm. It can cause you to die. This goes to show you how messed up mentally the so-called Negro in America is. And you brag about them being your best friend. Susie is my best friend, and Danny and JoJo. And you live in a nation of people that can cause you great harm. Oh, wow. Man, I just wanted to talk about that because it don't make no sense. Well, it makes sense because what do you expect from people who have been enslaved for what have always been enslaved? You were set loose and given privileges. You was not given freedom. You was given certain privileges. Because if you was given freedom, there would be no glass ceiling. You know about the glass ceiling. There's only so far that you can go. Negroes and women. The women and the Negro is still fighting, trying to get over the glass ceiling. Because the ones who are in control, they limit you in what you can and cannot do. And lastly, I want to talk about these persons that keep talking about the white man stole our land. What land are you talking about? What land did they steal from you? Can you please show me your deed? Show me when you owned this land. And let me remind you about a conqueror. A conqueror beats your ass and takes your land. They don't steal nothing. They beat your ass. You can't defend what you're supposed to own, and they take it from you. Just like if somebody on the street, they like your shoes, they pull out a gun, give me your damn shoes. Well, at least you could say, you can make a claim that you own the shoe because they was on your body and you was actually walking in the shoes. But now you don't own the shoes no more. They have a new owner because they conquered you with this pistol in your face. So, what you gonna do about it? I get sick of these people. The white man conquered, the white man stole our land. So, okay, all right, the white man do this and the white man do that. What you gonna do about it? I get tired of people, the white man do this and the white man do that. So what? What are you going to do about it? Not a damn thing except run your mouth. That's all. So why keep talking about it? Who are you trying to impress? Because you're not impressing them. If you're not careful, they're going to blow your brains out. Don't bring it to me. I don't want to hear your whining and complaining either. What they stole. You can't prove they stole nothing from you. They are a conqueror. Who knows who had the land or whatever before them and the ones who had it before? Who knows? Because we have been living in a, what you call a dog-eat-dog type situation. Whoever is the strongest, they take what they want. Whether it's on the African continent or European or China, those who are the dominant and the strongest kick your ass and take what you think that you own. So that goes to show you don't own too much of nothing. When somebody, if you can't protect it and defend it, then somebody will come and take it. They don't owe you nothing. Because I took it, I kicked your ass and took it. And if you want it back, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So what? I just took your shoes. What you gonna do about how you gonna? I'm gonna call the police. Well, you better do something. And these loudmouths not going to do nothing. I was in the same situation. I was locked up. And I did that for a little bit. But what's the sense? And you know what they asked me? What you gonna do about it? So what you hear unjustly? So what you being done wrong? So what you gonna do about it? And I just got quiet. I got quiet and start thinking what I'm going to do with these bastards. That's what I start doing. Those who run their mouth and all loud, they're not going to never do nothing. You have to watch the ones who become silent, like me. Because when I become silent, I'm thinking about something. Thinking about how I'm going to get you. That's the bottom line. And the majority of the time, they know and understand that. They know loudmouth's not going to do nothing. You stole our land. But the ones who think that way and just sit back in the cut, how am I going to get this? How am I going to get my land back? And you quiet. You just thinking, planning and scheming. They worry about you. But the ones who come around and write all this crap on social media and run their mouth, they ain't gonna never do nothing. That's all they gonna do. The white man stole our land. You don't have no damn land. Take it back from them then. Take it back. Go ahead. Since you said that it's yours, call the police. You're not gonna do absolutely nothing. So who are you trying to impress? You damn sure don't impress me. Because I know you was a sissy when you start talking that crap, talking about they stole our land. What you gonna do about it? So what? So pathetic. I don't know. This kind of thing just grinds my gears. So I just had to get that off my shoulder, because don't bring that on my comments. Don't bring that crap on my channel. They stole our land. You ain't have no damn land. You was a slave. You was created as a slave. You never had no damn land. And you can't claim nobody else's land, and it's up to them to get their land. I don't wish to cause trouble. I do not wish to cause harm. I do not wish to cause hatred. I do not wish to be or present malice. I am not jealous. I am not envious. None of those things. I don't hate nobody. All these things I am not. Because I am and trying, as always, to be righteous. And if you are striving to be righteous, then it is not right to have unjustified hatred and show malice and be jealous and envious and all these different things. It would not be right. So I am not none of these things. However, I have been self-appointed. I'm not going to say God. I have been self-appointed to bring to us what I call real truth, to bring us reality. There's nothing wrong with being self-appointed. All of us should self-appoint ourselves to do something in the struggle belonging to an oppressed people. That is one of the main reasons of why we can't get anything done, because we don't want to do and appoint ourselves to do nothing. And we use others who have tried and are trying to do something. We use them as an excuse not to do anything. Well, look at them Muslims. I can't do that. Look at that angel stepped up 7. I can't do that. Look at them Moors. Look at them Hebrews. Look at all of them. So you will do absolutely nothing. Because you don't want the responsibility, so somebody can point at you and say, look at here, I ain't gonna do that. It's very sad. And so your children and your children's children, they will continue to inherit this condition that we could have stopped a long time ago, but you don't want to appoint yourself and take the responsibility to do anything. I'm not here to blast or degrade or make mockery of the brothers and sisters in the Nation of Islam under the guidance and leadership of Minister Louis Farrakhan. But what I have noticed, because I have made videos in the past, most of the time they will try to defend him, at least one person. And matter of fact, I have people who don't belong to the Nation of Islam who believe they should defend Farrakhan. So my latest video, speaking about the real early days of my experience, there's not, for as I know, there's not even one comment, negative or positive. Why is that? Well, it's very difficult for you to defend Minister Farrakhan, if that's what you want to call it. I'm just speaking my experience and the reality and the truth from what I experience and what I see. How are you going to debate me and call me a liar of my experience? I was there. You was not. It was my sacrifice, my suffering, whatever I done back then that allowed you to be where you are right now. So you need to give me some kind of respect, whether you like me or not. I made it possible for you and Brother Farrakhan to be where you at right now. You were not there. How can you debate and argue with me when you were not there? Some of you probably wasn't even born the early 1980s. But what makes me, what's the word I'm looking for? How can Brother Farrakhan in the 1980s broke? I know he was broke. I was there. He was broke, pitiful, down and out. I know, I saw it. I was there working with the man. He didn't have too much of nothing. So you tell me, in the early 80s, a man that started off with nothing, and most of us that was working with him, we also had little or nothing. How come in 2018, Minister Farrakhan is said to be worth about $3 million? I'm not worth $3 million. My relatives that worked with him and supported him for the last 40 years, they're not worth $1 million. How come he's the only one, and those who surround him, they benefit from him being a millionaire, while most of the followers work for Caucasian people? They work for the devil. Now, most of my relatives are living Medicaid on their pensions that they got from their jobs that the white man gave them. But Minister Farrakhan don't have to worry about that. They made it possible. They made it possible for him to live good, while look how they live. Freedom, justice, and equality. Where's the equality? If Minister Farrakhan is a millionaire, then you would think that his followers, especially those who were in for the long haul, they might not be millionaires, but damn close. You would think, but that's not the case. Only him. Why is that? You, as a defender of Farrakhan, your best bet is to be silent and let him defend himself, really. There's no prejudice or bias or whatever. He can defend himself. Let him defend himself. He continues to give y'all, brothers and sisters, who support him, he continues to do these confusing things, and y'all scrambling all the time, trying to explain his actions. Let him explain his own actions. Matter of fact, you need to understand those actions. How are you going to defend what you're confused about and really don't know yourself? That's the problem here. You defending something that you don't really understand or know or comprehend. And you definitely don't know the history of the rebuilding process of the Nation of Islam. You really don't know nothing about that. You don't know the teachings. Because if you knew the teachings, you wouldn't come and argue with me about nothing. The only thing you could do is just be silent and just let me talk and shut your damn mouth. If you really knew the teachings. The only teacher I ever had in reference to the Nation of Islam was Elijah Muhammad himself, through his books, tapes, and whatever other information, the lessons. I was not influenced by Minister so-and-so. Even my relatives did not teach me. Everything that I know about the Nation of Islam, the inner workings, the lessons, and the teachings came from the Nation of Islam itself. Nobody else. Because I can read. I can comprehend. That's what I love about Elijah Muhammad's teachings, is that Elijah Muhammad wrote in a manner that it was very simple. You have people out here trying to be sophisticated. They use all these big words they learn from wherever to try to sound like they're really smart. I'm not trying to deceive you. I don't want you to look at me as really smart. I want you to understand. I want you to comprehend. I want to bring a message as simple as possible so that we can comprehend and understand. I'm not trying to trick or deceive you for anything. I want you to understand. Minister Farrakhan in a speech was talking about he wants to join the Farrakhan and the Muhammad family, which I guess is cool. And all the good that is going to come to the Farrakhan Muhammad family. My problem with that, what about the followers? He's mentioning all these great things. Let's mix the Farrakhan Muhammad family. What about the followers? What are they going to get? Y'all ain't getting nothing. I want to remind you of the past. Again, there was the Blue Seas fish program. I love that fish. I don't know where they got it from. I think it came from Argentina. I don't know where that fish come from. Ask Minister Farrakhan about the Blue Seas fish program. What happened to it? The people love the fish. I know I love the fish. The people in my neighborhood and community, all of a sudden it was gone. That's how it is with Minister Farrakhan and his people. They always start something and never finish. And the people love that fish. In 1985, you see the video, Black Power Forever, or something like that. Anyway, Minister Farrakhan introduced the power products, which were of very poor quality. They were very pitiful, pathetic products, poor quality, and we was charged a very high price. You could go to Family Dollar and get a halal bottle of lotion from Family Dollar for $1 instead of paying $6 or $7 for some power products. I can understand, because what we're trying to do something, build something, you might want to charge, be expensive. But what did it produce? Nothing. See, that's what Elijah Muhammad said, the reason why the Negro loves the white man or the devil is because he gives you nothing. Y'all love folks that can smile and they can be articulate and charming, but they ain't giving you nothing of substance. Giving you a beautiful speech, beautiful DVD, all these high-class words and sophistication and articulation and education, all that's a thrill to you. That don't thrill me. It don't pay my bills. It don't stop a police officer from blowing your damn brains out and your children's brains out. Remember Tamir Rice? All this beautiful speech. Did it save him? No, nothing could save Tamir Rice. The problem, brothers and sisters, I know you don't like it, is that this man is not a leader. Louis Farrakhan is not a leader. He's incompetent. He don't know what he's doing at all. You might as well follow Jesus. And just because a person do something in your life that changed your life, you don't owe them your life. He should be happy he did something to better your life, but you don't owe that man nothing. If I said something to make you better your life, you don't owe me nothing. There's no strings attached. You don't have to follow me to do nothing. You don't owe me anything. I was happy to help you in your life. Simple as that. You might as well follow Jesus. Elijah Muhammad is not dead. When was the last time you seen Elijah Muhammad? So Elijah Muhammad is MIA, missing in action. You cannot follow an MIA. You cannot follow a dead man. So whether or not Elijah Muhammad is alive or dead, it makes or missing, whatever it is, you can't follow. Elijah Muhammad even said, you can't follow a dead man. And one day I'm going to die. One day Fard Muhammad is going to die. That's why you have to use your own brain. You got to stop depending on people that don't know what the hell they're doing, but it look like they do. But clearly after 40 years, y'all, come on, 40 years, you have nothing. You have no housing. You have no housing. You have no businesses. You have little chunk stuff. After 40 years, y'all should be balling, but you're not. Louis Farrakhan himself, worth $3 million, he's balling. But the followers, Medicaid, food stamps, that's the reality. I know you don't want to, I know what the reality is. Food stamps, Medicaid, Section 8. Yes, that's his followers. Do for self. Make a YouTube channel like Brother Ben. I'm doing for myself. I made a YouTube channel. See, come on. You could have done that without Louis Farrakhan. So if you can do all these things on your own, what you need him for? It is very sad. So many of you can't wait to give your massa your money, and you want to justify it. Oh, the little children's, they need a hero. When I was growing up, I played with Captain America, who was white. Batman and Robin, white. Pink. Pink people. From those of you who watch this channel, you know I say pink. Aquaman, pink. Wonder Woman, pink. I play with these heroes, these dolls. G.I. Joe, pink. So what? Do you know who my hero really was? I play with G.I. Joe and Batman and whatever. My hero was Elijah Muhammad. So it made no difference what toy, what comic book I read, because I read comic books. It made no difference. I know who my hero was. You don't have to give me a black superhero. My hero was Elijah Muhammad, Dr. King, and all those fighting in the civil rights movement. And my relatives who was around me, my parents, my aunts and my uncles, these were my heroes. You need to teach your children who the real hero is. These are fictional. The Black Panther is a fictional character designed by your enemy. Was not even created by a dark-skinned person. And if you really look at Wakanda and all this African stuff, you can see that they really don't know what the hell they're talking about. But this cartoon fits your delusional vision of what Africa was and should be, which has nothing to do with you, because you're a Negro born in America, probably will never go to Africa. One thing for sure, you're going to die right here on this soil. Has nothing to do with you at all. It's not your past. It's not your present. It's no part of you at all. I've never been around. Well, yes I have. Because I understand why you behave and act and think the way that you do. Because you're a bunch of comfortable slaves. There's no doubt about it. Let me give you a quick example, some quick examples real quick. You can get angry all that you want to. I know that I am correct on this. You claim to be an oppressed people. You don't act like it at all. You're a comfortable slave. You've learned how to live under oppression, and you want to be entertained just like you see your massa being entertained. I want to ask you a question. I want to bring an example. Jews, the people that call themselves Jews. I don't care whether they are fake Jews or not. I want to talk about these German, Russian Jews or whatever that were murdered in this Holocaust that they talk about. And now they have their own separate homeland over there in the Middle East, however you want to call it. They call it the State of Israel. Now, if the Germans or the Nazis were still in existence, and they were still in control, like the white man is in control of America over us, the so-called Negro, the colored people, the Negro, the African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself. If the Jews were in the same position, and they made, the Nazis created a Jewish superhero for them, which they are not going to allow. And mind you, superheroes were created by young, teenage Jewish folks. Stan Lee is a Jew. Wasn't that Siegel and Schuster, the one who created Superman, the first superhero? They were teenage Jews that nobody else would hire as artists back in the day. Was it 30s? They were teenagers prior to World War II. Do you think that they would tell their children that this superhero created by the Nazis, tell their children to look up to this fictional hero? They would not. I know for a fact they would not. Because as soon as they had a chance, they got the hell out of Germany. So they would not be there to see this superhero anyway. Here you are. You actually make excuses and find some kind of pride in a fictional character that your oppressor, your enemy, the one who made our ancestors a slave for over 300 years, shoot you, allow people to shoot you in the brain over a taillight, choke you to death in the middle of the street because of some unpaid taxes on some damn cigarettes, find your body hanging in a jail cell because of a traffic violation, and you look up to these people as some kind of heroes. Oh, brother, see, you taking things all out of the knowledge of the movie. What knowledge? Has nothing to do with you. That's not your history. Fictional or real, it's not your history. Africa has nothing to do with you. There is no connection. There is no contribution to that. If that's your history, then please show me your connection, which you can't, and your contribution, and I know you can't do that. Well, this is the first time, you know, the black actors, we have to think about them. They need a job. As soon as one of these black actors do something you don't like, they are Uncle Tom, they are Coon, they are Sambo, they are sellout. But when the movie came out and you didn't know where they stood, you did not see them with their Caucasian girlfriend, Caucasian wife, and Caucasian husband, or they support Trump, whatever it is you don't like, then you turn around and talk about them like a dog. Y'all a bunch of hypocrites. Because that's what you're dealing with right now. These dark-skinned people ain't nothing but actors looking for their next job. They could care less about African history, or we're making up a hero for the children. The children need a hero. They don't care nothing about none of that. They are actors looking for a job, trying to live like white folks. They want the big mansion, 3 swimming pools, 5 basketball courts, that kind of crap. Oh, this is the first time the black folks got together to do such and such. This movie had more blacks in the movie. Who cares? You know why it's the first time? It's the first time because massa give you permission. You're not man enough, you're not woman enough to do your own thing. All these actors, all these directors, all these people here, if they don't have the personal funding, they can go out into the community and fund their own movie and do their own thing. But you want to know something? If they done that, you wouldn't support them. You support them because massa created this Black Panther, all this stuff. If they done it, if Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, this director, and all these dark-skinned people got together and did this movie, you wouldn't even go. You wouldn't even go. I know you wouldn't. You wouldn't even support it. There are many brothers and sisters who are filmmakers. They raise their own funds, do their movies, and do you go? No, you don't. Because massa not behind it. Massa do movies better than black folks do. Y'all so fake. A bunch of comfortable slaves. You bunch of comfortable slaves. You're living good. Knowing you eat 3 meals a day, you can afford to go pay $11, $12 to go see the Black Panther. Then you go to the liquor store and get your booze, you get your drink on. $20, $25 for a bottle of Hennessy or Cristal or whatever the hell y'all like to drink. Watching the Black Panther. I'm going to watch the Black Panther on bootleg. I'm going to watch the Pink Panther on bootleg on free TV. I'm not giving these suckers nothing. Well, you see, you buy your food from the white man. You pay your internet thing from the white man. Well, I want to speak, so since I have to speak on the internet, I have to pay the white man. And as far as food and housing or anything else, I was born into this. I have no control over this. I am the child of a slave. This crap was in existence before I was even born. But the things that I can control buying a ticket to see the Black Panther. Not interested. I'm not a comfortable slave. You don't act like an oppressed people. You don't act like it. You know why? Because you have not been hurt.